Welcome to Ready to Exhale, where we center Black women, their lived experiences, expertise, and rich stories. In each episode, we will gain a deeper understanding of what it takes to hold space for our own well-being. This is a brave space where you will be inspired to express your joy and live in the fullness of who you are. It's also a place where we are no longer waiting to exhale. So now, get ready to exhale and enjoy the show. Today we have Dr. Lakeysha Hallmon on our show. She is a mission-forward visionary, author, and social entrepreneur. She is the founder and CEO of The Village Market, The Village Retail, and Our Village United. Dr. Key is also the author of No One is Self-Made, Build Your Village to Flourish in Business and Life. In this transformative book, she dismantles the myth of individualism, showing how collaboration and community can establish economic prosperity. I hope that you enjoyed this conversation as much as I did with Dr. Key. Dr. Key, welcome to Ready to Exhale. I'm so glad you're here.
I am so excited for our conversation. I've been looking forward to talking to you. So thank you for having me on today.
Yes, of course. For those who might not know you or be familiar with your work, can you take a little bit of time to introduce yourself and what you've been up to?
Yes, I am very fortunate to do a multitude of things that bring me so much joy. Um, in the presence of my work, I am the founder and CEO of the Village Market, nonprofit Our Village United, and I have a beautiful retail store, Village Retail. And while they all have different functionings, they serve the same mission, to amplify, accelerate, and bring resources and people to Black businesses. And I've been on this journey for almost 10 years now. I started my first company in 2016, and the mission was true then, and the mission is true now. Um, I'm a newly minted author. My first book, No One is Self-Made, came out in February. It's been such a beautiful journey. I still have these moments when I look at my book and I say, oh my gosh, that is my book.
Yeah.
And I'm so appreciative to be able to add something out to the world. And beyond the boards that I serve on, the lot of the civic engagement work that I lead, I am also deeply family oriented. I'm a proud auntie of three beautiful, beautiful boys. I'm a proud big sister and proud little sister. I'm a granddaughter. I'm a daughter. I'm a good friend, all those things. But I'm very fortunate to be able to do my work and to be loved, and also be able to give love.
Beautiful. You're just doing a little bit of something in your neck of the woods.
A little bit of something, something.
A little bit of something, something. Well, I want to dive into talk a little bit about your book. It's titled No One is Self-Made, which is a powerful statement. Can you share the moment or the experience or experiences, probably more than one, that really sparked the idea for the book? Like what brought the idea for this book? How did that get sparked for you?
Yes, thank you, and thank you for that great question. Um, the book, I feel, has been writing itself for the last couple years as I've learned and lived and evolved as an entrepreneur and also as a thinker. Um, but I would tell you, in an entrepreneurial space, when you start to do well and get a sense of recognition from people, they try to kind of fit your success in a category.
Mm-hmm.
And the category that I was being placed in was being called a self-made woman. I can't tell you the number of interviews I sat with, or some writings that came out, and a lot of the journalists would sit with me and say, "What does it feel? How does it feel to be self-made?" And while I understood that these people were trying to tell me, job well done, that I took the road less traveled, um, that I did something hard and I've seen success, I also knew that I couldn't fully accept the title that they were giving me because it was profoundly untrue.
Mm,
Words matter to me,
mm-hmm.
and the words we lean into are indicative of what we believe. And so I would sit with that and I would sit with that discomfort and I would say, well, what's actually true to what they're asking me? And I would tell those that I'm sitting with, and I would say, actually, I'm village made. Because in
Mm,
that response, I get to tell them about my grandmother, my friends, my sister, the people on my team from my different companies, because I'm a reflection of all these people who have elected to journey with me. And as I started to unpack the title of self-made, I then began to like really think about what does it mean to take an individualistic path? How
mm.
does that take us away from our epicenter? And to me, that's our community. So if we
Yeah.
accept the title of being self-made, then we're accepting the title of individualism. If we're accepting the title of individualism, then I believe that it unravels us from our village. And so I had to write a book and say, no, 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 no one is self-made. We are a reflection of a beloved village and community. And being a reflection of that would always be our greatest strength, always be our greatest resource.
So good. Yes, yes, yes. I know that's true. I know that's true in my bones. Like, I know as I sit here as an entrepreneur, um, that I didn't get here alone. Um, and I think that that's true for the Black community. You know,
Mhm.
we have moved and survived uh, because of community, right? We've had to rely on each other to um, to survive and to live, right? Like that is who we are. So I know as you're saying that that's true. I know it in my bones that that's true. Yeah,
Yeah. And we know it's true regardless of how much self determination we've had to have, how much
that's right.
grit and intestinal fortitude that we had to have and belief in ourselves, right? And
Hmm.
so by championing the village, it is not taking away the level of work and the diligence that we've had to put in to be the women that we are. So it's not taking away from the self. It is just saying that the self exists with these other people, and these other people help us. It really illuminates who we are at our best and at our highest, and also in our weakest moments.
Yeah, so good. You talked about the village market and your mission there. How does your work with the village market connect with the themes of this book?
Yeah, it's all through it. It's all through it.
Mhm.
I built the village market in 2016. I had one goal, and I'm always impressed with entrepreneurs that had a business plan. I'm always impressed with the entrepreneurs that had it all figured out. I did not. I had this vision of creating a village for Black businesses. And that looked like to me people that came to shop, people who were proud to shop, people who said, I cannot wait to share on social this beautiful candle that I just bought, or this journal that I just got, something like that. I wanted, it was a level of culture that I was trying to build around Black businesses, because I knew at that time, almost 10 years ago, I didn't have the capital to deploy grants,
Hmm.
but I knew that I had social capital and I could deploy people. And if
Mm.
people would understand the mission, and I think joy is contagious. I had so much joy with the vision that people got excited about it.
Yeah.
And I was just clear that support is a verb. That if you say that you ride for community, that you love Black businesses, that you are striving to be in a place where we're not surviving, but we're thriving, then I built something for you. Come on. And
Mm,
so how I write about that in the book, and the ground and the foundations of the book is that I'm pointing the reader in a direction that if it's your business that you're building, if it's you at your 9 to 5 right now, whatever it is, you must build and be intentional in all of your actions and all of your deeds and all of your thoughts and all of your doings. You must be intentional. And so I baked the Village Market in the pages of the book because I wanted to make sure that my book was equally practical. Because while it is deeply inspirational, I have some historic pieces there, but in the practicality, I can help people build. And if I can lay the foundation of how I've built, then I can show someone the blueprint, because
yeah.
I want the book to be a tool. I want it to be used for something. And so the Village Market, in the being able to live in the fabrics of the book for that prescriptive practical writing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Almost like a roadmap that people can
Yes.
look at, right?
Yes. Yes. That
I
was
love.
my goal.
Mm-hmm.
That was my goal. And I write this in a book. I'm a former teacher. I'm always a teacher. So the teacher in me, it had to be a roadmap. The teacher in me, I had to have reflection questions at the end of every chapter. The teacher in me, I wanted people to close the book and feel that they had something, not
Mm,
just a feeling, but something tangible to do with that feeling. And so I was very, very intentional to write this book in such a way that when you close it, you also have, if you do the reflection questions, you have pages and pages and pages of notes. And those notes, I believe and I hope, is turns into a belief. And that belief turns into something that you build.
it's really powerful. You know, as we're recording this podcast, we're coming off of a really busy weekend. We're moving into Juneteenth this week.
Yeah.
So much this past weekend with protest and people going to the streets and just so much going on. Um, I think what is coming up in me in talking with Black women, what I'm hearing is that so many of us want softer life. We
Mm.
want ease. Um, we want to be more supported. We want to be rooted in community. But sometimes we don't know how to do that. You know, we're so busy. Usually the first ones on the front lines in times like these. And so I'm curious from your perspective, what does it look like to build a life that prioritizes collective thriving over
Mm.
individual burnout?
Mhm.
That look
Mhm.
like? What comes up in you when you think about collective thriving, right?
Yeah. Um, to get to collective thriving, I think we have to go to individual healing and then collective healing.
Mhm. Mm,
I
mhm,
think in the presence of that healing, we open the door to be able to thrive. But I
mm,
don't believe, Katara, if we don't do the work of healing, then the place of thriving that we want to get to and to exist in, I think it would be very temporary. I
mm,
think we'll go to a place and feel that we're unworthy. We'll feel that we are undeserving, and we'll run back to where we were and who we were.
mm,
So
mm,
my goal and my belief is that to get to thrive, we must do the work. We must sit with ourselves, all of that discomfort. We must affirm ourselves. We must love ourselves with the way that we treat ourselves, the way that we must see love through our friendships. We must experience love through our family. We must have love in what we are building, because in that, I believe then we can get to this collective prosperity. But it's
Mhm.
going to require me doing my work, you doing your work, and we just got a whole community, a whole village of sisters and brothers who say
Mhm.
that in this lifetime, we're going to be willing to commit to our own healing. Because
Mhm.
in that presence of our healing, we can see each other. I can see the light of you, you can see the light in me, and we are not intimidated by what we see. We are moved by it.
Mhm.
That to me is getting to the hemisphere of how we can thrive as a collective and as a people. I think
Mhm.
often we think about thriving and I talk about economic mobility a lot. I know that so many of our solutions with the prosperity of our community, if we can start controlling the economy. We need the resources. We need the economic resources.
Mhm.
But I don't want us to have the economic resources if we're not doing the work of healing. Because if
Mhm.
we get the economic resources, we have economic mobility, we haven't done the work of healing, then we just only replicate all the harm that has been done to us. We will recycle that and do to each other and other people. That is not thriving.
Mm. Mhm.
And so I want us, and what I'm so committed to, is for us to be committed to our work. And
Mhm.
I'm committed to us, and this is your work too. This is what you do.
Mhm.
Yes, centering and gathering people to be in the presence of their heart, their feelings, their emotions, their traumas, all the things,
Mhm.
because we know that that is where the prosperity is. I
Mhm.
believe that we will be better stewards of the economics. We'll be better stewards of our businesses. We'll be better stewards of our light. We'll be, better stewards of why it is by design that we were all sent here to share this time and existence together. We'll be better stewards of it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so important that that tuning in, that looking inward, um, really facing ourselves,
Yeah.
um, all of us, right? You talked about the pain, the trauma. We have to look at it. We have to look at it, and we have to give ourselves an opportunity to heal. And you're right, like looking inward is key, because if not, we're going to if we don't heal and decolonize ourselves,
Mm.
then we just, again, like what you were saying, we then become the
Hmm.
colonizer, right?
Yes. Yes.
So that perpetuates more harm, more harm, more harm. So it's really important for us to heal. And part of that healing, when I think about my own journey, is the work of decolonizing myself. Because
Mm.
again, I don't want to ever be um, perpetuating that harm. And so I think
Right.
it's really important. And you talked about the work that we do, the work that I do with Exhale. It is about calling Black women in to prioritize their mental health, their well being, taking care of themselves. Part of that is really sitting with all of who I am, right? And
Yes.
moving through the parts that don't feel so great, being gentle with her, right? Loving her,
Hmm.
turning toward her, caring for her, showing up for her, right? It's really, really important as we move forward. We did a report. We released a report, the State of Self Care for Black Women report. We surveyed over 1,000 Black women
Wow.
concerning their mental, emotional, and physical health. And in the report, 66% of Black women said that they overexert themselves just to excel at work and to manage their personal responsibilities. That's two full-time jobs at minimum, right? Um,
Hmm.
and no one in self, no one in your book, no one is self-made. You talk about dismantling the myth that we achieve success alone. How do
Mhm.
you begin to unlearn this pressure to overperform, instead lean into community and shared responsibilities?
Yeah. The only way that we can begin to practice is unlearning. It requires a level of self awareness.
Hmm.
You have to be aware that there are some things there that are not healthy. You have to be aware that things like notions like team no sleep,
Mm,
that that's not healthy to the vessel. If it's not healthy to the vessel, it's not healthy. It won't nurture the vision because
mm,
the vision comes through the vessel.
mhm,
And so to get to this place of unlearning, then we have to sit and have honest conversations with ourselves about things that are toxic. And I think toxic has been overused. But for the sake of this conversation, if if you know that you don't have boundaries, if you know that you over say yes because you're afraid to let someone down, or you're afraid to miss something, or you're afraid to miss out on something, that you're afraid that if I don't go to every single thing that I'll miss an opportunity. That's a mindset of scarcity. But this
mm,
common sense of anxiousness is not good to the body.
mhm,
And so what you won't hear me say here is that we're not meant to work hard,
mhm,
but working hard requires radical rest. Because
mhm,
I don't know about you, but when I am restored, the
mhm.
vision is so clear. I'm so crisp. I can hear it, I can see it, I can feel it, I can build it, and I am exuding an energy that I am the woman I'm proud of.
That's right.
That means I'm in life's flow. I'm in the rhythm of my essence. And so unlearning is to know that if you're the opposite of that, if you see yourself building all these things and you detest the woman or the man that you are, that you see relationships suffering, if you see yourself being, I can give this example. I know that when I'm tired, I grow impatient.
Mhm, mhm.
That is a signal for me. When I'm impatient, it's like, oh, because you did not sleep, because
Right.
you did not go on your morning walk, because you missed the gym 2 days in a row. And then I ask myself, do you not love yourself?
Mhm, mhm,
Because remember, and I have to talk to myself this way, remember, love looks like for you going on those walks.
mhm,
Love looks like for you going to let your trainer tell you to do 60 squats. Love looks like for you getting on a phone and calling and laughing and talking with your grandmother. I have to make sure that I hold the mirror up to myself while I'm building and dreaming and daydreaming. I hold the mirror up and say, have I loved myself well this week?
mhm,
And if the
mhm,
answer is no, that means I'm imbalanced.
mhm,
That means that I have not filled my cup.
mm.
And that is the unlearning, is that all the things I just named are the things that we need.
Right.
But when you're building your entrepreneurial, a lot of the things, I don't think people were talking about these things. People
Right.
were just saying scale, 10x.
Mhm,
I don't think there was a lot of conversation around what it means to be a well CEO,
mhm,
what it means to be a well visionary, what it means to be well and operate in your leadership role at work. I don't think we talk about that. I think we talk more about performance and executing. And
mhm.
so unlearning is to know that we cannot exist without that conversation, without these active, present relationships with love.
Right.
That is the unlearn.
Yeah. As Black women, we have everyday stressors, and those stressors are compounded by systemic racism. This stress weathers our mental and emotional health. It's imperative to move this stress out of our bodies so we can live healthier and happier lives. Exhale app is a resource to partner with you in your well-being journey. To download, go to the App Store and Google Play. Now, let's get back to our episode. We have to prioritize ourselves. We have to take care
Yes.
of ourselves. Because if we get to the end of this goal or this, I did the thing, we may get to the end of that and be so sick, so unwell, right? It's
Yes.
not worth sacrificing our own well being to get the thing.
No.
It's like that's not the prize, right? It's being healthy too, right? It's enjoying the journey. It's, stopping and pausing and looking around at your life and seeing the flowers budding and the trees are greener, right? Like it's like taking care of yourself, pushing the pause button. Um, and that's hard for us, I think, especially as Black women, because
Yes.
we'll take on the thing and then we'll take on that thing and that thing and that thing. And we're taking care of our family and I'm now taking care of my 82-year-old mother, 83-year-old mother now, right? Like there's so much on our plates and we just put our head down and just run hard, 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 hard until something happens, whether
Yeah.
it's a physical injury or a mental breakdown, something happens that jars us and sits us down, right?
Yes.
And my whole message is what if you pause for a few minutes every day? It's like what you're saying, go out for a walk, you know, take a nap, rest your eyes, right? Say no to that thing, set a boundary, um, do those things, those micro
Mhm.
self-care, instead of feeling like it has to be a whole hour or I have to carve out 45 minutes. What if you took 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes to like, let me just care for me, right? Because you getting to the end of that vision or mission unwell is not worth it.
It's
It's just
not worth it. And if we get to the end and you're resentful and you're
mm-hmm,
lonely
mm-hmm.
and you don't recognize yourself, you don't recognize the people there with you, then you did not win.
That's it.
You gain these worldly things that has never ever satisfied anyone when they really sit down and tell the story of what real joy, what real happiness, what real prosperity is.
That's
And
right.
so we deserve, we
Mm,
deserve to be able to operate in the fullness of our being. We
mm.
deserve to be able to run businesses and have pockets of joy moments, even on our hard days. We
That's right.
deserve to look at the table and see these other beautiful people that have journeyed with us
Mm-hmm,
and deserve to hold light together.
mm-hmm,
That is all that is what I desire. That is what success is to me. And
mm.
so when I think about, these successes and these goals, I just want to be well in mind, body, and spirit. Because
That's
I
it.
know if I am those things, then everything else good will follow.
That's
And
right.
anything that does not serve me will fall off.
Mm-hmm. That's right. And I think it's about setting a level of intention, right? Uh,
Yes.
I talk to my clients, I coach Black women all the time, and I talk about centering. Um, I'll say to my client, like, what does it look like to center yourself? And
Mm-hmm.
their facial expressions and the resistance to, like, what? Center myself? Like, that sounds like a really bad thing. Like, I should not be centering myself. Like, there's so much resistance to that, right? But I think it's really important for us to think about, what does it look like to center me in the middle of my life, right?
Right.
I'm in the center, right? What does that look like? And it's really hard for my clients to even imagine their life with them at the center. But we only get one life. Like, this is not dress rehearsal. We don't get to do this again. This is not practice, right? Like, this is the thing. So, centering ourselves, I feel like, is really, really important. Centering ourselves as we're building businesses, as entrepreneurs, as we're, being community leaders or activists, or whatever we're doing. Centering ourselves means, and the way I'm approaching it is, I have to care for myself. I have to
Mm-hmm.
pause. I have to take a break. I have to tune in, listen to myself, care for myself. Um, think about how, I'm filling my cup and not just pouring out. So I get a lot of resistance from my clients when I talk about that. They're like, centering myself, what? That feels wrong. It feels wrong to do that. But I'm hearing
It
when you talk
does.
about those pockets of joy, right? As I'm building
Mhm.
my business, that's what comes up for me. If I'm centering myself, then I should be able to experience pockets of joy. If I'm not
Pockets of joy.
centering my business, if I'm not centering other people, if I'm centering myself, wow,
Yes.
I should be able to
And
taste joy.
we have more to give.
That's it.
We have more to give. We have more to be. We have more to dream. Because, the question was like, how do we coexist in community in this way?
Mhm.
I think the work of healing and the work of unlearning, the work of self awareness just allows us to be able to see each other.
That's it.
We're
Yeah.
here to see each other because we're
Mm,
here to coexist.
mm,
And if
mm,
I can see you in your fullness and you can see me in my fullness, then we both are safe.
mm, mm,
Healing gives us the capacity that people can be safe around us and we can be safe around other people.
mhm. Powerful. Powerful.
Mm,
That's it. I feel
yeah.
like listeners, a common theme, a common theme that I'm hearing is healing.
Healing. Yes.
Healing, like taking time to heal, right?
Yes.
And for those of you that are listening, that may feel overwhelming. And my hope for you is that you can take a step toward your
Mm,
healing. That may mean, um, you know, taking a nap today, right?
yes.
Be resting. That could be reaching out to someone that you trust and having a conversation about where you're at in your life. That could mean downloading Excel app and doing a meditation this afternoon. That could mean, calling your therapist back up and getting back on their books for a session, right? One step, one step. I don't want you to think about 10 or 20 steps. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's just one step. What's one step that you can do toward prioritizing yourself, toward healing, toward caring for yourself? It can be going for a walk today, taking a break
Mhm.
and getting some fresh air, right? It could be putting your feet in the grass, right?
Mm. It's
It
one of
could
my
be,
favorite things.
oh, I know, me too. I love
Yeah.
putting my feet in the grass. So if you're
It can
listening,
take it can take taking a moment and
yeah,
to feel your breaths go in and out of your body and know that that is a miracle in itself.
that's it. That's
Yeah.
right. So healing can be one foot in front of the other,
Mhm.
one breath at a time, one pause at a time, um, and and you can do it, right? And you can do it. And we're
Mm.
always healing. I'm still healing.
Yes.
I just turned 53. When was it? Last week, a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Um, and I'm still, there are areas of my life that I'm still healing. I'm still working on. I'm still
Yes.
caring for those parts of myself. It's not. again, that's not a destination either,
Not a
right?
destination.
It's a journey, and we're
It's a
constantly
journey.
loving ourselves and being compassionate with ourselves. So if you're listening and you're thinking about, wow, I keep hearing Dr. Key bring up healing, Katara bring up healing, one step at a time, one baby step, even if it's a baby step, one baby step at a time. If listeners,
Every time we sow something good in our spirit, I
hmm,
believe we unravel something that is unkind. We
yeah,
detach from it. Every time we pour good, we flush out something that is harmful, something that is unkind to our psyche, to our being. So I
hmm,
look at those small steps that you said, that being intentional, that incremental love, whatever it looks like. Every time you do it, you are mending something. And if we
hmm,
do it enough, then that mending becomes over, it reaches over a greater span of our bodies.
hmm,
And we began to vibrate and we began to feel the joy, the love, and all the things that we deserve. But what you said, it is not a destiny. It is the practice of evolving is going to require a lifetime of healing.
hmm,
Because
hmm.
every time we evolve, we shed.
That's right.
Yeah.
So good. In your book, No One is Self-Made, when listeners get your book, because they're going to
Hmm.
buy your book,
Hmm.
when they buy your book, what's one lesson um, that you hope they walk away with?
Oh, yes, absolutely. If, and I want to speak to two type of readers. If you come to this book and you are an entrepreneur, I just know that I wrote this book as a love letter to you to go radically after your dreams, but just don't do it alone.
Mm-hmm.
Allow some other people to come and help fine tune that dream.
Mm-hmm.
Be helped and be helpful. Receive and give. Dream and execute. Remember your history. Because if you understand the strength of our ancestors, then we know the same breath and energy they left here for us to be able to to be able to tap into in endless supply.
Mm-hmm.
We don't just stand on their shoulders. We operate in the essence of their being, their energy. Energy never dies.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So at any moment we get to plug in. And if you come to this book and you're not an entrepreneur and you're not entrepreneurial, I wrote this book as a love letter to you as well. That whatever space that you may occupy, that I need you to give it your all. I need you to live life radically to your fullest. But just like for the entrepreneurs, I need you to not do it alone.
It's good. So good.
Hmm.
Thank you for that. How can our audience support your mission that you're building, support you, your work? Yeah, how can
Yeah.
they support you?
The best way that we can support our growing community, and then I answer the way to support me, but the best way that we can support our community, especially during times such as this, is that those things that you mentioned, the breath work, the walks, the phone calls, allowing your feet to touch to earth, whatever it is, the best way to support our community is if you do one of those things consistently.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you do it and the next person do it and the next person do it and the next person do it, then we are a community that is bound together in our healing. and we would
Mm,
have a better existence together. Best way to
mm,
support my work, or the best way to be a part of my work. If you're an entrepreneur, we have programs that run year round. So if you're looking for your village, go to ourvillageunited.org. We have a number of programs that we're going to help you grow your business. But to be a part of this village, you have to want to grow yourself. We don't do any curriculum that does not include healing and wellness work. So when you sign up, you have to come and decide that you don't get to compartmentalize your healing from this.
mhm.
Um, those that want to support me in real time, I retail store, the Village Retail. You can shop from us every day. You in Atlanta, come see us at Pond City Market. We're on the second floor, or shop from us online at thevillageretail.com, and go buy the book. Read the book. Listen to me read it in all my Southern accent on Audible.
Love it.
Yeah, yeah. So if you don't want to hold a book in your hand, listen to it as you walk, as you work out. And after you finish it, leave me a review. Let me know what you think. Loved, liked, or it was just okay. All of it I really appreciate.
Awesome. Awesome. And then we'll put your handles in our show notes where they can follow you, follow the Village Market, how to get No One is Self Made. What is one of your non negotiable? Like you can't, you gotta have this in your life. Non negotiable self care practice, the
Oh,
things that help you come back to you. What are some of those things, or a few of those things, or one of those things that you'd like to share with us?
I have to be in nature. This
Mm,
My morning, even though it's close to 2 o'clock now, but my morning looked like I got up early, um, went to the gym, then I sat outside for maybe an hour and a half, just musing, people
mm,
watching, feeling the sun, taking my breaths in and out, appreciating them, envisioning my week. I need this. And if I
yeah.
can't get outside, if I can't do my walks, I feel like I'm incomplete. So that is a non-negotiable. Yesterday, I was outside throwing a football with my nephew, non-negotiable family time. He thinks I'm the coolest in the world, and I agree with him.
Yeah,
Pretty
you're pretty cool.
cool, pretty cool. But my family time with my sisters and my nephew, just overall, like these things are non-negotiable for me because they fill my cup. But
Hmm.
I have to actively every day presently affirm myself. I speak so much love into my being. I'm
Mm,
kind and gentle to myself. I remember when I wasn't. So I'm very I handle myself with soft hands.
mm, mhm.
And I do this every day. Regardless of the situation, I handle myself very gently, very delicately. Um, and
Mm,
because of that, I can come to these moments full in my being, fully proud and aware and confident of who I am and what I'm sitting here to do.
yeah. So beautiful. So
Mm,
beautiful. Thank you so much for this conversation. I
thank
appreciate
you.
you being here, being willing to, pause your day and be on the podcast and share a little bit about you and your work and especially your book. Listeners, please go get No One is Self Made. Um, like Dr. Key said, you can listen to it on Audible or you can get your hands on a copy. I have a hard copy right here in my hands. I've been reading it. It's a powerful book. It's just a great reminder around community, leaning into that community. Um, Social capital, in my opinion, as I've been an entrepreneur, has been the most powerful capital that I've gotten
Yes.
my hands on is social capital.
Yes.
So
Yes.
Get the book, read the book, spread the word about the book. Let's support Dr. Key and what she's doing. I love you. Thank you so much for taking the time to be with us on Ready to Exhale, the podcast.
I love you too, and thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for allowing me in your sacred space.
Of course. Exhale is a social movement prioritizing the overall well-being of Black women. You can join our movement by subscribing to this podcast and downloading Exhale app, and by continuing to prioritize yourself and your well-being. Keep taking deep inhales and long, long exhales. Until next time.